Hello and welcome to the Tuesday Talk Show. With me, your host. The Tuesday Talk Show is powered by my very own small business, Essential Print Services, based on Pride Park in Derby. I'm your host, Yvonne Gorman. This is Series 6, Episode 6 of the Tuesday Talk Show. If you enjoy this episode, there are loads on the Tuesday Talk Show YouTube channel. But I want to go straight over to our very special guest, Susan Green from Ashbourne Steam Cleaning, who we've sort of met virtually last year during lockdown. So introduce yourselves, tell the viewers who are watching live or on catch up who you are, what you do, where you do it.
Well, yeah, I'm Sue Green and I run Ashbourne Steam Cleaning. It's a venture I started during lockdown as I was cleaning my own house with my steamer, and I thought there's something I can do here rather than just cleaning regular cleaning. I can just go anywhere and just clean basically, but I do different sort of real deep cleaning. So you can have your ovens, your showers, your stone floors, all that sort of thing, deep steam cleaned like as one-offs.
It's more like end of tenancy as well, sort of a
end of tenancy, yeah, new homes, you know, if you've moved out and you want your oven cleaning for somebody before they move in, or you've moved into a house and the oven hasn't been cleaned before you've moved in, which you'd be surprised people walk into some very grubby showers and ovens. And it's that kind of thing that, you know, I've just got a passion for it now. So, yeah, give me a dirty shower and I'll make it look like new.
Oh, dear Sue. Crikey, give her a dirty shower. She's a happy lady. Well, tell us the situation you were in before you and when you started Ashbourne Steam Cleaning. What sort of spurred you on to actually to give it a go? What situation was you in? What was your circumstances?
I was at the time I was temping, and I'd done a temping job all of 19, took Christmas off, started a new one on the 2nd of January, and it was at Cause Brewery at Burton. Yep. So obviously Boris shut everything down on the 23rd of March. Brewery shut, and I got furloughed through the agency. But whilst I was at home, I was kind of bored, so I'd already got a steam cleaner, but not your ordinary little one of the sort of bigger ones. And I just started cleaning my own windows and all the frames and all the skirting boards and my floors and bathrooms, tiles, you know, just to stop me getting bored really. And I just thought, do you know what? I could probably make my own business of this so that I can work when I want to work. Nobody's telling me when I want a holiday because my husband's now retired. If I want 8 weeks off a year, I can have 8 weeks off a year. I can work Saturdays and Sundays and have a Monday and Tuesday off. There's nobody to tell me when I can and can't work. So then they started saying in lockdown that you could actually work for somebody else as long as and still be furloughed as long as you weren't working for your employer. So I just put some things on Facebook. And basically, it just started from there. I just got 1 or 2 inquiries and it just got more and more and more. And that's basically the only real place. I've had flyers that you've done for me, Yvonne. And I've gone in a few of the little magazines and that's been it. But I've been busy. Every day I've wanted to be busy.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. So basically, you were cleaning your own house to begin with.
But deep cleaning it,
and there's no chance of COVID living at your house because you're steam cleaning everywhere, and you're like, I could do this for other people. That is absolutely fantastic.
But then then people started asking me about ovens.
Yes.
So I'm now, and really, I suppose it should be oven and steam cleaning, but obviously the name's stuck. But yeah, I do a lot of ovens as well now, but not the way that a lot of the people with the vans, they have all the solutions in the back of the vans and they don't change those solutions for a week. So if you're a vegetarian and you want your oven cleaning and you're the last one of the week, your racks are actually going in with somebody's bacon fat. Nobody knows that. But I actually do it different and you all get a clean solution.
Yes,
so I do it my own. my own way, but I have been on a training course how to take them all apart, and sort of how you actually do it, and take all the fans off and everything, so they all get stripped down as well, the same as any other oven cleaner.
I didn't know that an oven cleaning course even existed. So for you to actually go, not just I've got this idea, I want to clean ovens and people's houses, but I'm actually going to get almost qualified in it as well. Yeah. I think it really does show your commitment to it and your passion to it.
I went all the way to Aylesbury from Derbyshire.
All the way to Aylesbury.
In a day.
And that's how committed this lady is to steam cleaning. So what sort of risks did you take, Sue? Did you decide to get all the equipment first, or did you just do it bit by bit? What sort of risks did you take?
Basically, when I first started going, I just took my steamer from home. So all I'd got to use was my car, and I'd got like, because you need loads and loads of microfiber cloths when you're steam cleaning, but I'd already got quite a few. So I did buy a few more of those, because obviously if I'm going around houses as well, I've always got to be washing them. I'll never use the same cloths in any house or anything like that. But basically, I hadn't used my car for 3 months. So basically, the fuel didn't really cost me anything, because I would have been travelling to work and every day. So basically, there was for the first few weeks, it probably didn't cost me anything to start the business. But then I've just built up and bought, another steamer, a better steamer, and more cloths, and like oven cleaning products and shower cleaning products, because you do still need a few products.
Yes.
But yeah, to be fair, the outlay has not been much at all. But then I've got, and I could take the risk as well, because I've got no small families or anything like that. So it's just me. And if it didn't work, I'd just go back to temping now. But obviously, I mean, I'm going into 18 months now. So yeah. So
that's
it's
amazing. Did you have any sort of business plan?
No. That's
brilliant. I've got no business plan, and it's working.
You wouldn't say I've got the thought in my head, but basically it just goes, but a good diary, and like I said, most of it comes from Facebook or the new app that is now Neighbourhood. I don't know if anybody's heard of that app.
Right, okay.
But some people are contacting me on that. Some people are understanding what this Neighbourhood app is, and some people think it's a scam one, but actually it just goes around your own neighbourhood.
Right.
So I've gone on to that now, which is, I'm getting a few from that, and basically word of mouth now.
And what does your husband think to all this?
Just lets me get on with it.
Sounds like a wise man.
He walks the dog and tells me I don't charge enough.
Fantastic. So what have you learned about yourself, Sue, over the past 18 months, since you've been running your own business?
That you can actually do something for yourself. You don't have to rely on other people to do something for you. You can actually go out there and just promote yourself. And if you don't promote, if I don't promote my business, nobody does. So that's where, that's why, they might see it come up on Facebook 2 or 3 times a week, but it's different people seeing it all the time, because Facebook, it's soon gone down the list. So you put it on at 10 o'clock in the morning, somebody looks at 3 o'clock, it's not there.
Yeah.
So just going out there and basically, it's like this morning I was at work, I've had 3 inquiries just today.
Amazing.
So just, like that. So
that's incredible. What is the hardest thing about what you do?
The hardest?
What is the hardest thing do you experience about
cleaning very dirty ovens? When I say very dirty ovens, I mean very dirty ovens. No, there's nothing, to be fair. It's one of the easiest jobs I think I've ever had, because it's physical, and yes, I need my brain to do, because I do the books, and I've got it on QuickBooks and everything like that, and you've got to keep marketing it, but the actual work is actually not difficult. It's the marketing and the pushing it forward all the time, because with not being a regular cleaner, if you're a regular cleaner and you've got a full week's worth of clients, you don't have to think anymore. You've got those clients, and until one decides they don't want you anymore, that's it. You've got your week's work set out each week, same income, same everything. But no, I'm doing it the other way and trying to look for new customers every single week. But I must admit, this last couple of weeks, I've had a lot of returning customers come in, from last year, wanting things doing that we're having it done this year. So
it's their time again to have another refresh of whatever it is they have
I think
residual inquiry level, won't you? In a minute. Yeah, that's great.
So that's, you've got to give it a year, 18 months to start getting repeat custom, as well as your new customers, and that's how a business grows, really, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You've got your repeat custom, after about 18 months, but then you've got your new customers as well, who will then be your repeat customers.
So where does this knowledge, and you're talking, like quite a bit about marketing. You mentioned that you were temping. Where does this experience come from? Is this coming from like a previous career, or just naturally from experience in the past 18 months?
Just playing, really. Just like keep putting it on Facebook.
What would you say?
Pictures on.
Sue, what would you say to someone? I was in a meeting the other week actually, and a lady was saying that she doesn't want to, follow up too many times on an inquiry or post too many times because she feels like she's pestering people. For me, it's like you say, if you don't do it, if you don't push yourself and your company out there, no one else. We haven't got our own marketing departments, have we? No. If we don't do it, no one else will.
Yeah.
What advice would you give that person mentioning to you?
I would say,
like I'm pestering people.
Don't be afraid of keep putting it on Facebook, because it disappears. You don't see it. You put it on and get as many of the, the spotted things, and as many of these, like you've got the Derby site, haven't you? You'll see it pop up on there sometimes. Yeah. And I put on the Derby one, the Spotted Hilton, the Hilton Valley one, the Micklover, the Etwall.
You're everywhere.
Just keep sort of sharing them. And when I do one, I share it about 6 times each time.
Yeah.
And, I haven't done it as much lately, but when I was first starting, it was on literally every single day. But if somebody messages and then they message back, and then, it sort of, I don't pester people that way with messages. I just let them come to me again.
Yeah.
But I do keep putting it on, because you can guarantee if you put it on within 5 minutes, you will get 1 inquiry or 2 inquiries.
And that's just from Facebook, and
that's mainly Facebook. Yeah. I've done it mainly on. To be fair, it's most of mine is Facebook or from my website, from emails.
That's amazing.
So, because I've got my I've got a page as well on Facebook.
Yes.
So if anybody wants to look at that, and that has got my email address on as well.
Yeah.
So, if they look at the Facebook page, obviously that's got all the photos and all the pictures and all the befores and afters. So, fantastic. Basically it's that, and probably the website, and, I had all the flyers, but actually what I do with my flyers is, I've been out a couple of times when I first had them. But now what I do, whenever I go to a client's house and I clean, I always leave them 2. 1 for them and 1 for them to pass on.
Very good top tip. So love that. Love that
always
top tip. It's an old school lo-fi top tip that works.
The flyers work.
Work. So it sounds like you're really enjoying yourself, working for yourself, doing what you do.
Yeah.
But as many business owners, small business owners will experience, there'll be points where you go through a bit of a roller coaster of it's going really well, or what's the point? I want to jack it all in. Have you experienced a time when you have been at the end of your tether with something or a situation? But and if you have, you're shaking your head. So you literally.
Not yet, I haven't.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet.
Well, if a touch wood you don't, but if you ever do, let us know. what happened and how you got out of it. So let's just keep the good stuff. It sounds like it's going fantastically well, which is great.
I think if I was a regular cleaner, I would, because that gets a bit monotonous and you're always in the same place, whereas I'm always somewhere different, always doing something different.
Yeah.
You know, it's like this morning, it's been an Arga and a shower. You know, yesterday it was a single oven. It's always something different. I'm always meeting new people.
One different, lots of variety.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Always meeting new people. And I think another thing, though, if you're going to do something like I'm doing, you have to be a bit outgoing and not frightened to knock on people's doors and talk to people. If you're very quiet and reserved, I think you would probably find it more difficult to do the sort of thing I'm doing.
So how does your personality help you in your role then, Sue, do you think?
Well, I'm not really frightened of talking to anybody.
Really?
Don't you be sarcastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, whether you're watching this live or on catch up, this is a Tuesday talk show, series 6, episode 6. I'm with the very cheerful, lovely, very chatty Sue Green from Ashbourne Steam Cleaning, and I can vouch for Sue's fantastic service. We had Sue round a few months ago. She did a fantastic job on our oven, and we had a really good old chinwag at the same time, didn't we? So I really enjoyed your time here. Which was fantastic. So this is the time of the show, so we're already halfway through and we've not even gone through hardly any questions yet. So is there anything that you'd like to ask me? This is the new part of the show where people can ask me anything. What would you like to ask me, Sue?
I don't think I need to ask you anything, really.
Fine. We'll just
you know, unless you need your oven cleaning again.
Do you need your oven cleaning? Not yet, but I like your style. So earlier on, you touched on the way that some other cleaning companies would deal with the sort of things that you're dealing with. Is that the one thing that you'd want to change about the industry or your business? Is there something about your business that you'd like to change already?
Not really, because you know, I'm not planning on taking anybody on either. Yeah, I just want to you know, do it for me for the next few years. Obviously, I've only got sort of 7 years left now before I can officially retire. So I just think to sort of carry on. I don't want to start making it bigger. Just keep doing the same thing as I'm doing.
So there's no plans of franchise or?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, because I do it my way. And if I take somebody on, it means I've got to buy a double lot of equipment.
Yeah.
I've got to rely on them to be there, because if I'm working and they're working and then they can't go, I end up doing double. Yeah. And I just think, you know, at the moment,
way or the highway.
Yeah, and that's it. So I'm just sticking with me at the moment, and you know, and I've decided that, you know, it's a work hard, play hard for the next few years. So if I work hard, I can play harder.
So is your biggest challenge workload then at the moment?
Yeah, I would say so. I like being. It worries me. My biggest worry is if I have a few weeks when I don't get inquiries, like the summer holidays. I've noticed when the kids are off, it went quite quiet, and half term weeks can go quiet, and you suddenly think, what's going wrong?
Yeah.
And then I'll suddenly say, oh, I've not had any inquiries this week. But then all of a sudden, after the holidays, it like bamboozles you, and then you're out, you're doing something, and then you've got 3, and then you come home, and then you're sitting doing it at sort of 6, 7 o'clock at night, and sort of working. And also, if you are on holiday, you can never really turn off.
No.
You've still got those inquiries, you've still got to take your diary with you, whatever you're doing. You know, you can never really turn off, even though you're on holiday. You still get the inquiries, you've still got people contacting you. And, you know, occasionally I've had to let people down because I just can't do it when they need it doing. Obviously, if I am on holiday, or
Yeah.
They need it as an end of tenancy and things like that. And that sort of bothers me a bit, you know, if I can't fit it in. But I have been known to do Sundays.
Oh gosh.
When it's been like end of tenancies, or, you know, somebody's moving out of a house. Because the problem we've had, isn't it, with lockdown, that people have kind of only been given a couple of days to know that they're actually all going to move and everything's going through. So
Yes.
I've had it kind of there in the background, but then you can't just go and do it because they don't know what's actually happening.
Yeah.
So sometimes I will, you know, do a sort of a Saturday afternoon or a Sunday just to help people out, really. But then I'll take a day off in the week somewhere along the line.
So if someone is thinking about starting their own business, not necessarily within, you know, your industry, what advice would you give them, and how would they know that they're ready to take that leap of faith for working for themselves? What advice would you give a new starter?
I would say start off slowly. Don't go mad and look at all the equipment.
Don't go mad.
Don't go mad and look at all the equipment you would need for your business and get all that ready before you've started. Test the waters first, see what you're going to do.
Yeah.
If it's something that you know, get advice from an accountant.
Oh, very good. Yes.
If you don't quite know how much you're going to need or things like that, get advice from an accountant, see what their stance is on it. If it's sort of something probably a bit bigger than mine and you've got sort of these big ideas, get a business plan and they can help you write those and things like that. That would be what I would say. But if it's something sort of small and you can just sort of see how it goes,
test the water.
Just, you see, I was in that situation where I could test the water because I was actually on furlough.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually was on furlough till the end of June, but then I was made redundant anyway. So the agency decided that they weren't carrying on with furlough. And obviously the job that I was in, the breweries weren't opening up anyway. So I was kind of in that, it was either wait for another temping role or go out and see what happened.
Go out and give it a try.
And that's what I did. I didn't sit there thinking, what am I going to do? Whereas a lot of people have probably, through lockdown, have come to the end or been made redundant because the job isn't there and gone, well, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
But I didn't. I did the opposite and tested the water. Yeah. And if it hadn't have worked after 3 or 4 months, I did keep on the agency's books. I still get calls now, but I say to them, no, I'm working. But I could actually
get your options open, and that's a very sensible thing to do for sure.
Yeah, but I could actually test the water at the same time. I could see if it would work before I went and did anything
fantastic
else.
Thing to do if you can do it, and you did that, and you're making it work really well.
But you see, a lot of people can't if they get the idea for working for themselves, but they're in a job and they've got a family. It's quite a big commitment. Then
it is.
You know, I was quite lucky at the time. It was just right, because if lockdown hadn't have happened, I would still be temping.
Yes.
So I would still be having to ask somebody if I needed a day off.
Well, thankfully for lockdown, we met, and that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So thinking into the future now, you know, when you get to the retirement age and you feel like, you know, putting the steam cleaner on the hook for the final time, and you look back on what you've achieved, how will you know that you've been successful? What would you want to have accomplished, or when you're sitting back and thinking about what you've done, what do you think that will look like to you?
It will look that for the first time in my life, I've earned the most amount of money. Since I started, I earn more per week than what I've ever done in my life.
Wow.
So that's what spurs me on.
Knowing that
I'm not saying every week, because, like when you're self-employed, you've got to think, I've got to pay myself holiday pay.
Yeah.
But actually, from doing sort of the ovens have really helped. Yeah. But it is right, when these people say about oven cleaning, and that is what I will look back on and think I should have done it years ago, but I didn't think.
And you've done it all by yourself from scratch.
But I didn't think years ago. I just kind of never thought to It was just because what else have people got to do in lockdown but think?
Yeah, and it's absolutely fantastic. You saw the opportunity, you went for it, and you know exactly where you're going with it, which is fantastic.
Yeah, and like I say, you know, I don't seem to have a lot of outlay because I haven't gone for the van, and I haven't gone for the dip tank in the back of the van. I haven't got all these high expenses of an oven cleaning business, but then I can go out and clean somebody's oven and their shower and their stone kitchen floor if they want.
Yes.
All in the same day.
So you've got add-ons to the services.
Yeah.
Like you can upsell an extra thing to somebody else who hadn't heard you in it originally to do something else.
Quite often I'll do an oven, and whilst I'm there, they'll ask me to look at the shower, and they'll book the shower in at a later date.
Fantastic in terms of upselling. With the service, more agile and flexible with what you can offer as well.
Yeah.
And the way that you've done it, Sue, you know, some people may think, you know, well, so what? I think the way you've done it is a fantastic way because it shows that anyone can start their own business and you don't have to have a huge loan or financial backing or this massive business plan. You can just try it. And you can get on with it and see how it goes, and you can build in it as you go. You don't have to wait for it to be perfect.
No, it's evolved.
Going for it. Yeah,
it has just evolved. To be fair, it's just evolved. The add-ons and everything, and you know,
it's brilliant.
It's like I'll turn the only things I don't do are carpets and soft furnishings. Really,
don't blame you.
No, I won't do. The machines are too big and heavy. So I've got somebody I know in Ashbourne. And I went to see him when I first started. He's a carpet cleaner.
Oh, so you can pass on.
And he's got my details. I've got his. And when anybody mentions carpets, I mention him. And actually, people will ring me up and say, "Oh, I've had Craig cleaning my carpets. He's recommended you."
Fantastic.
So
I love it. I love it. Just like I say, it's an old school way. It's lo-fi way, but it's a way that still works really well. And I absolutely love it. So we're coming to the end of our chat, and I've told you that it'll fly by, and it really has.
Yeah.
Anyone watching this live or on catch up, please send your comments and questions in. I will get back to you. So we're gonna wrap up there. I'm gonna wrap up the show here, Sue, and come back to you for your final thought, if that's okay. So this has been the Tuesday show, powered by Essential Print Services. If you want to know more about Essential Print Services or the Tuesday Talk Show, visit the Tuesday Talk Show YouTube channel, and to be notified about future episodes, press the subscribe button and click the bell icon for future editions. So that's me, Yvonne Gorman, signing off for Series 6, Episode 6, but back over to Sue for your final thought, please, Sue.
Well, my final thought would be, if you are seriously thinking about doing something for yourself, go ahead and do it. Because you can always turn back.
Fantastic. So thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. Say goodbye to the viewers and listeners back home, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.